Hello everyone, and welcome back to Monster Hunter World, and today we're going to be taking on Nightshade Paolumu. Now this fight I would highly recommend, this is not even a spoiler because the game even tells you as much, I would highly recommend you actually pay a damn bit of attention to the quest text and prepare accordingly. It's very possible, I would imagine, to do this without doing that, but I'm going to tell you it'd be a lot easier if you just did it. Why? Because if not, you're going to spend about, let me put it this way, if you don't prepare, there's a very good probability that you're going to get killed before you can even do anything if you end up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because if you are in the wrong place at the wrong time, your butt is going to fall asleep for anywhere between, how long is it you go to sleep? Like, seems like 15 seconds. And I'll tell you, Nightshade Paolumu can do some decent damage fairly quickly. So is it optimal to run through PEP 3? Probably not, but I'm going to tell you, it's a hell of a lot easier if you do, because you won't have to worry about falling asleep. Then essentially it's just a big old Paolumu. That's like the only thing Nightshade Paolumu has, like maybe one or two moves. It's a little better than Viper Tobi Kadachi. See, there's that old pejorative coming in again. It's a little better than Viper Tobi Kadachi, but not much. I'm not a big fan of this fight. It's a little bit better. That's not saying a whole lot, though, than Viper Tobi Kadachi. But assuming you actually know how to use, the decoration system and realize how overpowered it can be by putting in 3 little jewels, this fight's very easy. If you're going to be a big old tough guy and say, I don't need that shit, then prepare for a rough fight. I'm just telling you, prepare for a rough fight. Most people say, you don't need to use Pep Jewel in a level 3 slot. Look, what else am I going to use it on? Brace? I don't need that shit. Handicraft? It's nice, but, to be honest, I don't really need it fighting a Paolumu. So I'm just going to use Pep 3, because I don't want to fall asleep like a jackass in the middle of a fight. It kind of also made the opening cutscene for this quest really funny. I'll explain as we go. I won't really need to explain, but it was really funny. I was like, that doesn't even make sense now, but okay then. Plot-induced stupidity to its highest. Actually, not even plot-induced stupidity, it's just plot stupidity at this point, with my armor setup, but yeah. Nightshade Paolumu. I think it has maybe 2 or 3 new moves at the most. I would say 2 new moves, and that's just from its No, I take that back. It does have 1 really weird new move, and then maybe one kind of humdrum kind of move. So it might have 2 new moves. If you don't count the sleep, they just kind of tacked on, and the clouds it leaves everywhere, so I guess technically 3, so I guess I'll give it a pass. That's just not my favorite fight. It didn't wow me like the Puke fight, though. It just did not wow me the same way. Puke felt like a whole new fight, kinda. But this one just kind of seemed more annoying than anything. To me, I don't know about you. Excuse me. So yeah, starts off like any other. We gotta go find the darn thing, but it's not too difficult to find. I don't know why I have level 3 tracking already for this thing. But I have level 3 tracking already for this thing, so here we are. Considering I'd never done anything with Nightshade Paolumu before, but somehow I have my tracking all the way up there. Don't ask me how. I don't know. It just is. Anyway, I think he's to the left up here, in that little, I don't want to say oasis area, but, you know what I'm talking about, where, I don't remember what was up there before. Either way, fighting Paolumu here can be annoying in certain fights, especially Nightshade Paolumu, just because some of the places you fight him is very cramped, and if you don't have Pep 3, good luck. That's why I recommend you have at least Pep 2. Pep 3 is just, it makes the fight basically easy mode, which I know some people don't want, but first time through the thing, I had no idea how they were going to implement the sleep mechanic. I thought maybe if it hit you, you're going to go to sleep. Now that I know, I don't think it's needed, but if you don't, you're going to make things a hell of a lot more difficult for yourself. Anyway, here's the introduction to Nightshade Paolumu that makes absolute 0 fucking sense, given my setup. And I say 0 sense because it makes 0 sense. I can understand if I was one of those jackasses that didn't prepare in the least, but yeah, that's basically how they implemented sleep. A big cloud of blue. You walk into the big cloud of blue, you fall asleep. Pretty self-explanatory. Problem is, he can put loads of big clouds all around in very enclosed areas, so if you don't have Pep 3, good luck. The Pep 3, it does nothing. Seriously. Like I said, I can understand if I was one of those dumbasses that didn't put Pep 3 in there and I could fall asleep, but I did, so this makes actual 0 sense. And it annoys me greatly. Well, the Pep 3 did nothing. Why did you do that? It would have been great if they had like 2 separate cutscenes, one if you had Pep 3 and one if you didn't, but they didn't. I guess that would cost too much. Or something. Or they thought people would be stupid. It's either one of the two. I'm betting on the former. I'm hoping they're not the latter. Excuse me. So yeah. Now we just gotta go find the damn thing again. Because of cinematic-induced sleeping, even though I shouldn't have went to sleep, but okay then. I think he's like right over here anyway. So it's not really a big run. Actually, I think he's near where Barok is when you start him. I say right over here, that's not that far away, but yeah, I think he's right near where you first found Barok all that time ago. And Barok will be your BFF in this hunt, because they really had to try and make this fight harder than it ever should have been just by jamming another monster in the same area, so good luck with that one as well, which will force you to take suboptimal routes trying to hit the damn thing. Again, why I recommend having Pep 3, because if you don't, it's going to be a clusterfuck of miserableness. But yeah, here we go. Let's start this fight, and we'll get into it. And here comes the roar that we all know is coming. Bap it in the head and get a true charge off right from the get-go. Not the most powerful true charge, but a true charge nonetheless. Probably could have went for a charge 2. I went for a charge 1 true charge. But, you gotta take what you can get sometimes. I don't think that move's new, but it's hard to tell sometimes. I don't remember Paolumu's moveset. It's not like I farmed him a lot back in the day. Generally, I tried to avoid fighting this thing because it didn't offer me anything, and, you know, as a great sword, it's not exactly one of the fights I enjoyed doing very much. And if I didn't have Pep 3, I would have fell asleep right there, because I walked right through a big-ass cloud. But I knew I had Pep 3, so it's like, well, why not just take the shortest route, right? Otherwise, you'd have to avoid that shit. And yes, Barok wants nothing more than to screw your day up. I have cinematic proof of this later in the fight, that he exists purely to piss you off. You don't believe me? Well, just wait, you'll see. Oh yeah, you'll see. Also, Gajalakas are assholes. You will find that out as well later if you hadn't already found that out. Trust me. This is mainly for the new players. The veterans already know Gajalakas are dicks, alright? See, you just can't really do anything. They just charges you the whole time, and then, oh, there he goes. He don't want to fight you anymore, so, well, I guess Phase 1's done. Or Phase 1's done. And yet Barok will keep showing up. Over, and over, and over, and over, because I couldn't make the fight unique enough, so they just had to jam another monster in there. It's always been an annoyance of mine in Monster Hunter. The higher ranks you go, it almost always seems like there's more than one monster you're fighting at once. Seems like artificial difficulty to me, and I'm not a fan of it, but it just pisses me off. This is the hardest place to fight Nightshade Paolumu if you don't have Pep 3, I'd imagine. Because I think I remember at one point in the fight, like, the whole area was covered in that sleep stuff. So, I mean, it's not fun to try and, you know, do that here, to fight him here. It should also be noted, I think you can only use the flash... I was calling them flash grenades. I think you can only use the flash things once. So you really got to try and choose your timing on when you're going to do that. Because otherwise I think he just becomes immune to it. So of knocking him out of the air anyway. Which I decided to use it right just now. And I didn't learn my lesson from the last time, but this time at least it didn't move him up. But I did blind the Gajalakas, so they didn't fuck me. I guess. That's something at least. I don't think I hit that strong charge. I feel like I should have, and I kept thinking, oh, he'll come back. He'll do something intelligent. We're both over here. He never did anything intelligent. He just kind of swung at a wall like a dumbass. Kind of hard to predict that, Capcom. Thanks for that. So anyway, sometimes it's just hard to predict that shit. Also, I noticed the one thing about Nightshade Paolumu is a lot of his moves do not knock me out of charging, which is really nice. When he's just kind of spinning around like a jackass, like an acrobat, a lot of his moves will not knock you out of your charging. At least as a greatsword user. Which is nice. It just seems kind of cheap, but it's nice. I think I messed this up. Oh, yeah, that's right. He saw it coming and then he just pulled that shit. It was annoying. It's like, oh, now you roar. You don't roar any other time. You roar when it's advantageous for you. I see how that works. I think I hit that true charge. I don't know how I did, but I think I hit that true charge. I don't think it did a lot of damage, but I hit it. This, I think, will fuck your day up if you don't get out of the way of it or tackle through it. Yeah, because that made sense. Run into a wall, man. Just make sure I can't hit any of my true charges, which should be unmissable. But I managed to miss it somehow. Right in the head, even though I think I missed that. So the game giveth and the game taketh away. I had no right to hit that. And now he becomes vulnerable and also becomes very dangerous. This is where I kind of tested to see if you could knock him out of the air twice. The answer was no. So you gotta use that sparingly. This is one of his new moves, I think, so at least I don't remember him doing this. I thought he was gonna come toward me. If you're wondering why I just kind of kept doing that, I thought he was gonna, like, charge toward me. I guess not, though, so here I am. Boy, I got greedy here, didn't I? I was like, well, I'm gonna try this shit. And it worked, too. I might add. Oof. But you can certainly see why I recommend the PEP 3 here, right? I'm not crazy. That's a lot of sleep you'd have to try and avoid otherwise. I think I would have fell asleep right there. Well, to be fair, that would have put me to sleep as well. And I would have deserved every second of it. But yeah, that's a lot of shit to try and circumnavigate if you don't have it. So do yourself a favor. I hope you have some decent amount of decorations here, because if you don't, this is going to be a lot more difficult for you. It's not that uncommon of a thing anyway, so it shouldn't be that hard for you to get it. I will say, mounting this thing and knocking it down as a greatsword user makes this fight a lot faster and easier, just because it's not flying around like a jackass. Like I said, people can say it's not worth it all they like, but as a greatsword user, it's pretty damn worth it. Because free hits are always good, as far as I'm concerned as a greatsword user. I don't know about you, but yeah, you don't get a whole lot of uncontested true charges with this thing, so go for it, man. And yes, I am partial to my Wyvern Ignition, and I will be using it for quite a while until I get a better greatsword, because I like a challenge, and this thing's damage is not as good as it used to be, so it's a bit more of a challenge. Means the fight takes longer, I have to learn more things to not die, and I enjoy that. Also, I just really like the way the Wyvern Ignition looks. I know it's overdone, everybody has it, but you know, I used it for a year. I'm gonna keep using it until I get something better. That's just what it is. I don't have access to any better greatswords right now yet in Monster Hunter or Iceborne, so I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem with reusing it for this long. I like it. Now here's where we start playing chicken. I'm like, he's gonna turn around, he's gonna see me, he's gonna charge toward me, I'm gonna jump off this, and I'm gonna hit him. And he's like, nope, I'm never gonna run towards you. So I go, okay, fine, I'll run towards you. And now he runs toward me. He's like, oh yeah, no, you don't do it when I'm up here. You only do it when I get off of the thing. Oh, I see how it is. Yeah, then why not? It's not being a dig at all, game. Why not? But yeah. It always seems like they see my plans perfectly, and they know how to personally tick me off when they do it. Of course, I guess I was ticking him off because I kept jumping out of his range as well, so it's kind of funny, but you know, there's a valid strategy for greatsword to just mount the things and hit free true charges, as far as I'm concerned. Is it efficient? Probably not as efficient if you're a god at the game, but let's face it, I'm not the best in the game, and I don't know of many people that are, so don't let anybody ever... Now, if you're in a group, maybe not, because they're all kind of stuck down there with their thumb up their butts, but, you know, solo Fidolo, I don't give a crap. Or even just duo. I like it when people mount stuff when I'm in a team with them, just because I know I'm about to get a true charge off after this boy. I don't know how I missed that. I'm ashamed of it. Don't talk to me ever again. I don't know. Alright. But I didn't miss the important one, okay? That's all that matters. Also, I really dig how when it gets wet, you can actually see the water on its fur. That's really nice. Tackle. Now that I fought the thing, I know what that animation looks like, but I didn't know what that looked like after a while. Now here you're about to see me trying to be, you know, galaxy-brained, and the game is like bound and determined not to let me be galaxy-brained. It's like, get over here. Tony, get over here. And he's like, no, you come over here. I'm like, no, you get over here. And he never would ever again. And I don't mean that hyperbolically. I don't think it ever came over here ever again. Nope. I'm like, I'm just gonna heal you, you jackass. I'm just gonna heal over here. You're eventually going to come over here, or maybe you won't. But you know what? Yeah, that wasn't a dick thing at all, Bareth. Yeah, no, why not? You're not being an ass at all. And that's the photographic evidence I had that Bareth's just trying to piss me off. Right there. Right then, right there. You cannot tell me otherwise. He was running interference for the goddamn Paolumu. I'm just like, well, I ain't fighting you, dick. I'm just gonna run. I can outrun you. I know that much, unless they upped your speed in Master Rank. Which they didn't, by the way, so you can just run. But yeah, it's like, why even have Bareth in this? Just to piss off the players, sure seems like. I mean, you can't. It's hard to tell me different. What's he done this whole fight? Try to piss me off? Well, I guess he succeeded. I mean, I don't know of anything else he's done. Do you? He always shows up at the worst time and does the most annoying things. Well, that was just rehashed. Good job with that. Now he's just doing this really stupid move that I never understood the point of because it doesn't really hit. That's what I'm talking about. That seems broken. I'm not arguing with it. I can just kind of charge through like it's big melee stuff, but whatever. It just doesn't... now that's the only thing I think I can't charge through. I have to actually tackle through that in this. But I mean, that's not exactly difficult to do, so... That was, pretty awesome. I didn't actually mean to do that. I know people are gonna think I did, but I didn't. That happens a lot. People think I'm actually better than I am. I'm just telling you, a lot of these true charges were just kind of off the cuff. I wonder if this will work. That's what most of my true charges are. I wonder if this will work. Not, oh, I have a plan. No, it's just, yeah, let's just see if this works. That's the way it always has been. Even the ones you go, that had to have been pre-planned. Nope. I'm just like, well, I don't really want to kill the Kelby with a true charge. As funny as it would be, I think I'll just cut my losses here, thank you. Here I was going to try the old true charge again. Remember the last one I missed, but this one I didn't. Because he didn't roar at the exact worst time known to all mankind. Nope. I'm going to try for a true charge, boy. And I'm going to hit that son of a bitch, too. This fight is fun with the greatsword, provided you're not ass at total guessing at what it's going to do and where it's going to be. Which, I mean, I'm like half terrible, but not full terrible. And for some reason, I thought that was the evasion mantle I had in my thing. That's why I tried to dodge more when I had this. It's not. It's the what's the word? Immunity mantle. Which I guess if you don't have Pep 3, you can just use the immunity mantle. If you don't have the immunity mantle, I don't know what to tell you, man. You screwed up somewhere. Go get that. So, yeah. I really like this fight. I just think it's a bit lazy on Capcom's part, but I mean, that's nothing new as far as I'm concerned, so whatever. I was like, well, if you're just going to keep doing this nothing move, I'm just going to keep doing this, you know? Why not? It's just free damage for me, you know? Why not? I didn't know you could break its tail, but apparently I broke its tail. Or I broke its wing. I couldn't really tell. And that doesn't really do anything, and I'm out of range and perfect position for it anyway, so fuck it, why not? I'll just step out of the range of this one, too. I would have missed that anyway, I'm pretty sure, so... I mean, it just saved me from embarrassing myself there more than anything. I like how everything I pick up always seems to be very rare. You ever notice that when I pick up materials? Very rare. It's like, well, it doesn't seem very rare. I just got it. This is my first time fighting the thing. Why can't I have that luck in World of Warcraft? I was farming water essences all night last night. To be fair, though, I did get 10, finally. Though I got 6 as a lending from a guildie. I paid him back with 5. Not that anybody gives a damn about World of Warcraft. Anyway. Back to Nightshade Paolumu, because the fight is nearly over. I'd say we got the last third here, because he's hurting, but he's not near dead yet, but he is hurting. Why are you drinking that stuff now? Honestly, just because I forgot at the beginning. That's why. I have no other excuse why I did that. It was pretty much just because I forgot to earlier. I'm not gonna bullshit. I just decided, you know what, I can't move, so I'm just gonna dive and hopefully not get hit here, because I was kind of stuck on him. In the most literal sense, just kind of stuck on him. That is so broken, I love it as a greatsword. That I can just say, fuck it, I don't give a shit about your melee attacks, I'm just gonna charge through it. Which is, you know, kind of makes sense, considering it's not supposed to be a brute force type monster. I can just kind of power through its attacks a little bit. And yes, I was just being silly at this point, I thought he was gonna charge me, but he never did. Which makes sense. I was like, you're gonna charge me, I think, right here. But I didn't. I was trying to get the timing down, but it's very hard to get that timing down when you've only seen the move like twice. But since I had the Temple Man, I was like, you know what, I got kind of a get-out-of-jail-free card here. I'm gonna try and learn this. That's what you gotta do as a greatsword. You gotta take risks and try and learn shit, because if you don't, you'll never actually grow as a greatsword player. But I think they did. Did they implement the changes I did I said the one time before? I don't know. It seems like they did, because every time you get hit, it seems like it takes a massive chunk of duration. Which is exactly how I would have balanced it as well, so I have no problems with it if they did. I was like, I don't know when he's going to turn around, but I guess I guessed correctly there. It seems like. So, woohoo. I didn't need to do that, as I evidenced before, but I was trying to be fancy. I think I hit the wing there, I'm not sure. I don't think that was the head. I had no reason to hit the head there, but it acted like I hit the head. Also, you can apparently jump onto the wing, which is kind of cool. He didn't like that too much, though. I guess I wouldn't like it either. Some guy just tried to break my arm, so... You saw what I was going for there, and that would have been badass if I'd managed to do it. But he got out just in the nick of time. I thought maybe I can end this in a flare by trying to get in front of him, do that, and then boom. But nope. I was too late. I do like the greatsword thing, but just don't try and spam that shortcut. Don't do that. Okay? Just don't do that. Use it only when you think you can get away with it. I've seen far too many greatsword users and randoms try and spam that shit, trying to do my max DPS. It never ends up well for them. You gotta retain that ability to use the tackle if you can. Otherwise, things are not gonna go well for you. Tackle is your biggest defensive thing. Don't piss it away. Chasing after max DPS, alright? Just trust me. I was like, well, I mean, I'm just gonna keep fighting around you. I mean, why not, right? Just keep on smacking the air sack here. I should have went with the full true charge combo, but I didn't know he was going to fall down in my defense, so I was like, well, I'm just going to get the perfect true charge, and the Godjalak is like, fuck no you're not. I'm like, well, shit. That's true charge flub number 1, thanks to the Godjalakas. Here's the second, I think. Oh, no, but that was just bad on my part. But to be fair, and then he's like, okay, I'll just do it again, right? Godjalak is like, no, I'm gonna be a cockblock the whole fucking time. You can imagine I was quite livid at this point. I was like, well, no, you wanna fuck with me, I'm gonna kill you. You know, you don't mess with the man's true charge, okay? You don't mess with the man's true charge. Now, I wasn't quite so bloodlusted that I was going to forego carving, because that'd be stupid. But I think I was audibly saying, if you don't get out of here by the time I'm done doing this, I'm going to kill you. You better hurry up and get out of here, Godjalaka, because you pissed me off. But it was a brave boy. Not a smart boy, but a brave boy. It was not an intelligent creature. Nope. Oh, no, you wanted to start this shit. We're gonna finish it. That was my mentality. You fucked me out of two true charges. You think I'm just gonna let that go? I ain't gonna let that go. You don't mess with a man's true charge, John. You don't mess with it. No. If you do, you best prepare for the consequences. But yeah, other than the Barroth screwing me over, the Gajalaka fucking me over twice, beyond all of that, it was a pretty fun fight. Those three things kind of really set me off, though. So we got a cutscene, and I'm going to go over the room mechanic here at the end, because it's a neat little mechanic. I like it. I'm also a bit of a interior decorator in Monster Hunter World, or at least I fancy myself something of one. Insert Harry Osborn meme here, but yeah, I do like that aspect. Now it's our turn to analyze what you found. Anyway, it looks like this chapter of our investigation is over. We have you to thank for that. Yes, you do. But that doesn't mean you get to sit around with your feet up. We received word from Celiana they had a series of Barioth sightings in the Hoarfrost Reach. Heh, that got your attention. Anyway, rest up, then head over once you're ready. For the record, I don't know what Barioth is. Unless I was a typo of Barroth, which I don't think it was. Barioth sounds familiar, but I don't honestly know what Barioth is off the top of my head now. So, unless that was a typo, I don't really know what Barioth is, and the one loading screen I forgot to cut out. Well, either way, I guess you're going to sit through one. But yeah, I don't remember what Barioth is. I've heard the name before, I just don't remember what it is. I'm kind of interested in seeing what that is. Anyway, I guess we'll be doing that tomorrow, because I gotta record that today, because I only got one thing recorded yesterday. Because I did it right before bed. And I was very tired. I'm gonna go with that as to why my true charges were not up to snuff there. It's nothing but an excuse. But it's my excuse, and you can't use it. Anyway, so far, I like Monster Hunter Iceborne. The only thing one big pet peeve of mine was the menu system when you're picking quests. But anyway, your handler's been using bliss bills to send me updates, since like they've come across a Barioth prowling about while investigating a shipwreck. I'll read your report. Look how nice her handwriting is, anyway. Investigated wrecked vessel and environs with First Fleet handler. Survey interrupted by Barioth reporting as per protocol. We'll shelter until safe, then continue work. Our return will be delayed, but everything is under control. I'm sure they're fine, right? Yeah, of course they are. But beyond the safe side, I'm going to ask you to take care of that Barioth. Their camp only provides so much cover, after all. Camping out in the cold has its limits. Make sure to come back before anything bad happens. And that's the end of story time for today. Now we're going to go do something a bit more silly. We're going to go pick up a quest here for more canteen ingredients, because that's really important, and it's always good to do that, and I really love her dialogue. It's kind of funny. Or you're going to have to answer to this here ladle upside your head, helmet or not. Ah, good old-fashioned threatening violence if someone doesn't do what you say. Anyway, this is my room. It's not much, but it's mine. I like it. And if you're not familiar with this, in Iceborne you do get access to a room which you can customize pretty extensively, if I do say so. It's maybe not the most extensively, but pretty extensively, and I really like it. You also have a hot spring outside your thing. I'm going to show you how customizing works in this. It's not too complicated, but it's pretty nice. I like it. You can also make your room public, so I assume if anybody's in the lobby with you, they can come into your room if they so desire. But to edit it, you gotta make it private, I assume, because I guess you can't change it while people are in your room. Maybe, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, you can change a lot of different things, and I decided to change the curtains. I went from the cloth curtains to the pelt curtains just because I liked the way the material looked, and you can change the color anyway, so that you're not stuck with silver if you don't like it, and I don't like it, so... I decided to see what red pelt would look like, because I like red on the curtains. I don't know about you, but I do. Not that red, though. Yeah, that's the red. That's the stuff. And remember to hit confirm, otherwise you will go back to the previous. I know, I've done it many times. I don't know what that ugly brown is, but we're not keeping that. So we're just going to dye that red as well. There we go. There we go. And then You can see what all the different presets are. That's basically room themes, I think, and then you can change a bunch of stuff on in your bed, in your room. Excuse me. So there's a lot of stuff you can change, and you do have to buy some of them, which I don't mind because I have a lot of points. I have 154,000. Oh wait, that's 153,000. I'm not exactly short on points because I grinded this game far too much in the past, and I have no regrets on that, by the way. So it's like, well, you know, I got the points. Why not? I like the way that looks better. So yeah. But it doesn't match. I don't give a crap if it matches. I like the way I like what I like. Okay. And my character has luxurious taste. Don't argue with me. Fire hazard or non-fire hazard? Gotta go with non-fire hazard. I was like, what's the Palico portrait? I already got Palico portraits. I'm good. You know, I'll just stay with the flowing cloth. Thank you. Don't give a crap about any of this stuff, so we'll just keep that the way it is, because I don't really need that. Yeah, sure. So we're gonna go a quick little overview on the hot spring, because it's a fun little thing. It's not really big, but I do like that they put it in. It's stupid, but I like it. You can go outside here when you're bored, or just whatever the hell, and just get in the hot spring if you'd like. You can toggle off your armor into your bathing suit, I guess you call it. And you can dive, hold your breath underwater like a child, I guess. Basically, it reminds me of a child that says, "Look, Mom, how long can I hold my breath, do you think?" And you gotta mash that circle button toward the end, otherwise you will get up early and then gasp for breath. But if you manage to hold it all the way, she, or your hunter, gets up and basically almost dies. It's actually kind of funny, so I tried to do that for you. I assume if you're with friends and you're on voice chat or whatever, you could do this, and then, I don't know. I don't plan on ever doing that, but it is fun for, I guess, other people. But I just like that they put it in the game. It's neat. But that's just me. Notice the air bubbles. That's probably not a good sign. But anyway, that's what happens if you actually manage to hold it all the way. She damn near passes out. Just a couple more things and we'll call it a day here. I know I'm treading on thin ice, probably like, this is pointless, I don't want to watch this stuff. But yeah, you can just kind of frolic, and the one thing I really liked about frolic is you will float around. You will change position and you will float around. It really makes you feel like, wow, there's actually a physics engine here. I don't know if there actually is, but it feels like there is because you're floating on the water. And of course you can splash your friends if you actually have any there, or what have you. Anyway, that's about all I got for today. Hopefully I'll see you later.